always keep an eye on that, as I was a former quarterback and hated when that wind was gusting left to right. But it is perfect conditions so far today, and I think we're going to have a heck of a matchup.
Preview the upcoming USFL Conference Championship game. Harrison Mevis all the way to the goal line, and here's Devin Ross. Ross, a full head of steam up into crossing the 25. The Panthers will take over there, and Danny Etling gets the start at quarterback. We saw him his second start of the year last week against Houston, the former LSU standout, 7th-round draft pick, Jordan, of the New England Patriots in 2018.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, found out late or early right before the game last week it was going to be starting, so got the full week of practice. We're going to see a full game plan designed around Danny Etling's strengths. He's actually a bit of an underrated athlete, not quite Bryce Perkins, but you will see him move the pocket quite a bit.
Perkins, dynamic threat at quarterback. Stallions open up here as a 1.5-point favorite. And over right tackle. A short gain as we take a look at our impact players.
Yeah, Toa has been the second-best player on this Michigan team behind Bryce Perkins. He's the heartbeat of the team, and Malik Turner, a guy they want to get involved early and often at wide receiver. And for Birmingham, to slow down the run, it's going to be Perrion Winfrey, defensive tackle, playing at a really high level right now. And Myjai Sanders filling in with two guys. Two best pass rushers are out for the Stallions in Perkins and Anai. Sanders has been playing well the last couple weeks.
Injuries always a factor this late in the season in any league in football. Time for Etling. Felt the pressure, directing traffic, and sends it out of bounds. Toa in the area. Running back out of Nevada. As you take a look at the offensive line. Michigan Panthers under that spotlight today.
Yeah, they've been pretty healthy. Starter Cole Cabral at right guard is going to be out, so you're going to see Victor Kern in there, the former Ole Miss product. But this is an offensive line that has played really, really well. And you saw in that first play, great protection around Etling, just better coverage on the back end by the Stallions.
Already 3rd down and long for Etling. Opening possession of this game. As Toa motions out. Pocket collapsing. Etling lost the football. It's on the turf. And the Stallions think they jumped on top of it. Let's see. Myjai Sanders, you just talked about him. They're pointing in Birmingham's direction.
Flag down, guys.
Etling didn't have a ton of time.
I got your spot. Go ahead and clean up. I got your spot. I got your spot after 19.
Flag down. Flag down. It's flag down, guys.
And a penalty marker comes in. Brian Banks, our referee today. Sanders forced it loose, jarred it away from Etling.
So we got offside defense
right
number 44. Okay, so we got 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's still 3rd down. I'm gonna need a Michigan ball.
Offside. Defense number 44. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's 3rd down.
Max Robertson, what kind of infraction is that? It would have been a turnover.
Yeah, you're going to see Max on the left side. He's going to be the guy that's offside. But watch Myjai Sanders working on right tackle Chim Okafor. He's filling in, as I mentioned, the last couple weeks, playing a lot more with Ronnie Perkins and Bradley Anai. Best pass rushers out for the Stallions. A great jump on that one with the speed rush. Unfortunately, though, didn't count.
Episode of hot potato there for Sanders. Stripped it, fell on top of it. Instead of the turnover, after the infraction, Etling heaves one in traffic. It's the OC Mariners going to pick up the 1st down. What a turn of events there and a gain of 15.
But watch how quick Danny Etling gets the ball out of his hands. I want you to pay attention to his eyes. The route's going to be right over here. A little spot route with a linebacker in DeMarcus Gates all over it. Ball placement and timing was perfect there from Etling.
Just when it felt like the Stallions had all the mojo, forcing the early turnover. Etling makes him pay. Ross goes in motion, the handoff, the inside give to Toa and the human bowling ball. Bolts ahead to the 49, the stop by Winfrey.
11, Gary, 11.
Go, 11.
Hey, let's go. L, H, jet, yuff, Liz zone. L, H, jet, yuff, Liz zone.
L, H, jet, yuff, Liz zone. All one, ready?
Marcel Belfoy, guy that spent a ton of time of his career in the CFL, so he is known for motions and misdirections pre-snap, as they do a ton of in the CFL. And really tough guy to scheme against.
It's all about pre-snap shifting. Etling will buy some time to the perimeter, racing out of bounds in plus territory. Etling will make something out of nothing there.
I mentioned the escapability. It's something that DC for the Stallions, Troy Chamberlain's going to have to deal with.
Third five.
Here we go. Stay there. Here we go. Hey, let's go right here. Hey, let's go Frisco. Let's go Frisco. Jam Tony. Frisco. Jam Tony.
Frisco.
Let's see vacant Lucy, Oregon, Oscar.
Third 5.
Panthers need just 5 yards. Birmingham's into the field.
Safeties watch the box.
First possession of the afternoon. Backfield is empty for Etling. Some early movement, no penalty, and the ball's going to be swatted straight up in the air. MyJ Sanders. What an opening series for MyJ.
Well, we saw him win with the speed rush, so this time they're going to do a little TE game. He's going to start here and then loop around the defensive tackle here, and as soon as he knows he's not going to get to Danny Etling, gets his hands up in the passing lane. Not sure an option was there. It was good coverage downfield from the secondary, but MyJ Sanders impacting this game early.
I mean, right away from Cincinnati. 3rd-round pick of the Cardinals back in 22. And on 4th down, Ari Rogers back deep to receive this punt. He roams out of bounds near the 13.
A game that he got injured in, so shook off some rust, but he's looked really good here late when the Stallions have needed some stability at the quarterback position.
5 different signal callers this year for Birmingham. Marable tests the left side. Take a look at our impact players for the Stallions.
Yeah, Deon Kane, one of the most explosive wide receivers in the UFL. 2 catches, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. And Larry Roundtree, a name Stallions fans may not know very well. He's activated this week. Fresh legs at the running back position. And Breland Speaks, a name everybody knows well, former defensive player of the year last year. He's going to be a force. May play half the game, and Noah Dawkins filling in for injured Frank Ginda the last couple weeks, playing good football.
You saw Speaks on the sideline. He's been out since week 2 in that injury. The pass is low, but caught by Sternberger. And number 12 picks up a gain of just 2. It'll be 3rd down. You take a look at the offensive line for the Stallions.
Yeah, a little banged up as well. Cole Snyder, the center's been banged up. Left tackle Armani Taylor-Prelu is out with injury. You'll see a couple guys there. Barry Wesley, Christian DeLauro. So trying to get healthy for a couple weeks from now when it matters most.
Rosie in Florida, even Gemini turn on.
But this Stallions team dealing with injuries all over the place. Quarterback position, obviously the most notable.
And we expect to see Andrew Peasley at times today. Shotgun look. Jamar Smith will step up, avoid the traffic. He's going to pick up the first down and a lot more. Jamar Smith lowers the shoulder. Carom's out of bounds short of the 30. And a 13-yard gain on 3rd and 8.
Well, you're going to get 3 guys on one side from this pass rush, and so it's going to leave a big rush lane right there for Jamar Smith as he steps up and navigates.
Let's go, come on.
Did a great job last week of using his legs, and one of the things he said, I want to use my legs and get to my checkdowns, not force those throws. If he can protect the football, this defense is really good for the Stallions as long as they're not hurting themselves.
Different set of circumstances and obstacles for Jamar Smith. He was working at Dunkin' Donuts just a few weeks ago. Now quarterbacking here in Birmingham. Marable's going to pick up a couple, and a penalty marker comes in. Gain of 4.
You got holding?
56, yes.
Holding offense number 66 from the spot of the foul.
56.
56? All right.
Holding. Offense number 56. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's 1st down.
Cole Snyder played his college ball at UCF. Starting center for the Stallions. Big infraction there.
Yeah, they need this run game to get going.
How many I got?
I love listening to Skip Holtz call plays, man. Sometimes he's just making it up. He doesn't even look at his chart. He's like, I kind of want to go.
High even bubble. Gotta go quick.
Is that common for play callers? I thought you had to look at the play sheet.
I mean, when you know your offense so well, sometimes you're just thinking, I want to get to this, and you just kind of piece it together in your head.
Son of the Hall of Fame head coach, Lou Holtz, of course, won the national title at Notre Dame. Off the screen, Davion Davis. Got a block, and that's it. Tumbling out of bounds near the 27. And it was Arnold Tarpley, the 3rd. 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down. There's Colin Bauer.
Bolt 3 wide. Bolt 3 wide. Hold our shell.
2nd and 12 or 2nd and 11.
Yeah, hear him say, hold your shell there. That's the secondary. This is a defense that's number 1 in the UFL against the run, but they're worst against the pass.
Too bad.
They got a bunch of young guys back there. Sometimes those eyes have been in the wrong place, but that shell you see is right there. They want to keep everything in front of them.
And they've given up too many explosive plays in the downfield passing game. Marable will take the defense, gives him right through the A gap, and a 2-yard gain, the tackle right there. It'll be 3rd down and long.
We good, let's go. Lock it.
Twy with the stop. Skip Holtz.
We go, Louis,
back to
ZM,
work.
Florida 41. Louis, ZM, Florida 41. Hawk 41. Hawk 41. Louis, ZM, Hawk 41. I want radio down.
Are you able to pick up what play call's coming just based off of a phrase or two, given how many times we've seen Birmingham this year?
At times. This one not familiar with, but you are going to see receiver come in motion at the top of your screen.
This Camp that shifted into the flats, and a sliding grab made out of bounds by Sternberger. His second catch, a 6-yard pickup, and decision time now for Skip Holtz.
A little more depth, a little more depth, a little more depth. I like what we're doing, just a little more depth. Nice job hitting it. What's going on in the run? They're playing too deep. They're running Minnesota.
So it's getting close, honestly.
Xavier Malone drifts back deep.
It's getting clogged up.
See the Wadman punt.
I mean, it's too deep.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting clogged up.
Yeah, so Skip's saying we should be able to run the football. They got 2 safeties deep. That means our numbers in the box are better than theirs. Just weren't able to get it going on that drive.
Malone had to wait for the punt. Beautifully executed and whistled down inside the 20. After it's a football family, and his father Joe hasn't missed a game Danny has played in ever. Don Davenport with Joe Etling right now.
You are right, Roy, and I'm going to tell you, he was there to watch those wheels on his son at that game. You remember that moment?
Absolutely. We were in the end zone behind that play. I saw he had the ball. Nobody else on the Giants did, and the Giants fans all thought we were going crazy, but it was an awesome play.
So you're in the middle of Giants fans during that?
Yes, we were.
He mentioned you have not missed a game. Danny told me since he started putting pads on, you've been in the stands for every single one, and you have 5 total children. So how have you been able to make every single game, and how important is that for you as a dad?
Well, getting a chance to coach him back in Terre Haute, Indiana, his first 5 years was helpful, but my wife and his mother, we've been married for 36 years, has been a tremendous support and obviously made it all possible. She keeps it all going. We have 5 active children. They all play college sports, and they were great supporters of Danny's as well, so it's been a great opportunity, and we've been very blessed.
I'm gonna let you watch a little bit, maybe get some reaction here. Roy, you want to call this?
Turner, the incompletion moments ago, and the inside handoff to McCrary is going to net 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and long quickly for the Panthers once again.
Yeah, with that mobility, talking to Corey Chamblin, the defensive coordinator for the Stallions, said you don't really want to spy guys like Bryce Perkins and Danny Etling. They're too fast. They'll run away from a running back. So how you call the pass rush and how the safety help comes down in the box is really paramount for those quarterbacks that can take off and run on 3rd downs especially.
So we saw a heavy dose of Toa on the first possession for Danny Etling. Nate McCrary more on possession number 2. It's 3rd and 7. Etling on the slant has the tight end. Should be enough to move the chains. Nicotini reels it in, a 10-yard pickup.
Well, this is just a veteran move. He's going to notice a blitzing linebacker here, and what do? Just replace the blitz. Little hot throw right over the middle to the slant. Safety a little late getting there. That's one of the reasons Danny has gotten a lot of opportunities. He's so cerebral pre-snap, always has an answer.
Some zip on the ball, too. You like the arm strength?
He's got great arm.
Remember that back at LSU and even before then at Purdue coming out of high school. Pop pass goes to Turner, known for his end zone sellies, and upended hard after an 8-yard pickup. Playing the lumber was Tizino.
Tizino here. True Vision chest cam. This is great. This is a guy that about a 4'5", 4'6" guy for a linebacker at 235 pounds. He can range sideline to sideline.
You get the up close and personal effect. Yava Tizino. It was the hit, and then it was the shove at the end to make sure. Stopped right there after an 8-yard pickup. Hand off McCrary. No, it's Etling that kept it, and Tizino again snipped it out. It'll be a TFL and a 5-yard setback for Michigan.
Yeah, you see, they're going to crash on the end here, so Tizino is supposed to fill and be responsible for the quarterback pull. And I mentioned the speed. He said, oh, you guys ran away from me on that first one, not this time.
We love the true vision here. Kiava Tizino tracking down Etling. And not so fast, my friend, hitting the turf here in Birmingham. 3rd down and 7. Toatawa back in at running back. Slips out of the backfield. Open receiver at the 41. And brought down there is Malik Turner. A 6-yard gain on 3rd and 7, Jordan.
Yeah, they're going to stay out there.
Right here.
4th down.
Yeah, Michigan bringing in 3 tight ends here, so some extra beef coming into the game.
You like this call this early?
Honestly, I love a quarterback sneak in this situation. You see, it's just 17 inches. Boy, if you have a gap there, whether it's the A gap or you can slide to the B gap as a quarterback, under center, a thing that Danny Etling's done a ton of in his career, tough to stop.
6'2", 225 for Etling. And Mike Nolan never beaten Birmingham and Skip Holtz. That is stuck in his craw this week to get ready for this game. And you think about the ramifications 2 weeks from today, the USFL Conference Championship tilt between these same 2 teams. And for Michigan, maybe this game is slightly more important because it's never happened before. They can find a way to secure a win.
Yeah, they need to prove it to themselves that they can compete with and beat the Stallions. And Danny Etling in the playoffs last year, 4 turnovers against this team, blew a lead that could have got them to a championship. And here we go on 4th and 1. Let's see if it's the quarterback sneak.
Got Etling under center, the human bowling ball, Toatawa right behind him. Etling over the left edge. Didn't need much, and it should be enough to move the chains.
It got a little spooked at first.
Down to Dawn.
So, Danny Etling's dad, what do you think about that drive?
We got it going here. Let's get a touchdown and get the lead.
You know, Danny, I asked him to describe his journey, and he used the word grateful and opportunistic. Is that how you would describe the football journey he's been on?
He's had a lot of joy playing football, been very resilient, a lot of ups and downs, but met some tremendous people along the way, and it's really formed the kind of person and character he is. He's more than football, though. He's got a beautiful wife and a lovely daughter now to support him, and we've just been blessed all the way around with our family, and just keep grinding and working hard. That's one thing he's done throughout his football career.
Also, just hit a pass over here, but hey, when we were talking about them going for it, I said, what do you think? QB sneak here, Dad? And what'd you tell me?
Let's throw it deep. Quarterback's dad, right?
That's right. I love a quarterback's dad. Joe, thank you. I appreciate it.
So much, and God bless you all. Shout out to everybody back in Terre Haute, and shout out to our veterans on Memorial Day. Thank you for your service. God bless you all.
Appreciate that.
Well said, Joe. We appreciate that perspective. Happy Memorial Day, and we remember those gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we could be here this weekend. Play action for Etling, and on the screen pass, it's there, tumbling for a moment, was Mariner, and Ciosi able to scramble his way ahead to the plus 45 and a gain of 11.
I will say, to Dad's point, a lot of perimeter short throws, right? I feel like they're taking advantage of the free access, and Birmingham's starting to play a little bit lower on the back end. Those feet are getting heavy. I think a shot play should be coming here soon.
Well, and Etling told us this week, too, this is about our offense taking what the defense gives us.
Look how low those safeties are playing right now.
Toatawa shimmy in the backfield and a jump cut to the 41. Monte Scott stops him after a 4-yard gain. So under a minute to go here in a fast-moving first quarter in the Magic City, and the Panthers on the move. So Belfay calling plays for the Panthers.
Yeah, Liz zone, so just another one of those zone handoffs. Obviously, Etling will have the option here to pull it.
Did so beautifully. Etling was tackled behind the line moments ago. Nifty fake. Toatawa plunging across the 40. The tackle by Winfrey. Another 3-yard gain.
You can take the quarter.
Take the quarter. Hey, let's go right here. Let's go NASCAR. Hey, let's go right now. Let's go Frisco, Jam Tony. Jam St. Tony. Let's go, Jam St.
When you hear NASCAR, you think about here comes the pressure in the chess match with Belfay and Champion. And our first quarter comes to a close. Mike Nolan has never defeated Skip Holtz. He is
actually pay tribute to the true warriors, the true heroes that fought for us while we play a football game. put it in perspective, definitely.
Morwin in motion on 3rd down and 4. Toa the right edge, and this time he stacked up a short gain of 1 on 3rd and 4. Now the penetration by Tay Crowder, a big impact on that 3rd down run.
We got Lexi Trey.
Going for it.
Lexi Trey Ripper, drive under. Lexi Trey Ripper, drive under.
Well, we know what Joe Etling would do here. He would throw it long on 4th and 3. Let's see what Marcel Belfay wants.
Hey, let's go right here. Hey, let's go Frisco, 1 rep. Frisco, 1 rep. 1 rep. 1 rep.
Trying to get a guy over the ball.
1 rep. Frisco.
Going to get man coverage.
A roll of the dice for Michigan on 4th and 3. Into the flats, and it's caught. The one-handed grab initially by Taua. And Taua gets inside the 35. And that is going to be enough to move the chains.
And Etling just barely gets it off. Myjai Sanders again with the speed rush on Okafor, winning here. And that ball is just barely out in time. And a great catch there by Taua in the flats to stay alive. I'm not so sure that Belfay even told Mike Nolan they were going for it. He just started calling the play there. And Nolan goes, oh, I guess we're going for it. And he saw Belfay kind of chuckle there.
Etling 6 straight completions on this drive, now spanning nearly 15 plays. Late give to McCrary. Short pickup as Michigan back on the ground and search the first points here in week 9 in this UFL matchup in the USFL Conference.
Still haven't seen that shot over the top.
Far close, Liz got slam, boot right, sail post shake.
And here it is. Boot right, so you're going to get Etling out on the perimeter. And you heard sail post there, so you're going to have kind of a scissors concept. 2 deep options for Etling.
2-route concept. There's the play action. Here comes the deep ball towards the end zone. Wide open, Cioce Mariner. And the touchdown from 33 yards out. And what a statement by Michigan.
There was the shot play, right? You lull them to sleep with the quick throws in the run game, scissors concept, so you're going to have a corner and a post. And the one guy Etling is reading is this safety. If he goes with 17 there, the corner, the post is wide open, moves his feet a little bit, and a great throw and a little confusion on the back end as well with who should have been on the post versus the corner for the Stallions. And that was the play Michigan's been looking for.
81 yards, 15 plays in just over 8 minutes. And now the Ortho home defense conversion attempt. 1-point try. Etling will keep it, has a man, and that'll be caught cleanly by Samson Nakua. Had to retreat back to get it. And just like that, it is 7-0 Panthers.
Just a little option route here by Nakua. I feel like Nakua just shows up in big moments. It's either a conversion or a big touchdown or a big 3rd down. Doesn't get a lot of opportunities.
So we call it play action shot. We get the safety flat foot, and he actually grabs our sail route here. And then the corner falls off, which I didn't actually know he was going to do because he really has to collect him vertical. He falls off thinking I'm throwing it to the sail route. I actually was throwing the post, so when he fell off, I was just hoping that, you know, I didn't put too much on it because I actually thought it was going to be a little more contested than that. But it's a great route beside Cioce. Great job by our offensive line to protect that, and just a great call by Coach.
And a great celebration for you.
And, well, that was all Cioce. I can't take credit.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, Cioce Mariner getting the job done as Dion Kane.
The free kick did not reach the landing zone. By rule, the ball we placed at the 40-yard line.
And to what Danny was talking about, those safeties in cover 4 getting a little heavy-footed because of the run game, the quick throws. So they dialed up that shot over the top, confusion with the corner and safety, and I love that because it's so true as a quarterback. You don't know if that's going to be wide open or contested when you're throwing it. And so as he probably let that ball go, sees there's going to be no corner. He's just like, oh, please don't overthrow it in the back of the end zone. Obviously, it was right on the money.
Now the kickoff infraction means the football is placed out at the 40-yard line. So great starting field position for the Stallions to try to respond. And quarterback Jamar Smith back on the field. So the handoff over the right side. Mike Nolan on the headset with us. Coach, you've never beaten Birmingham. A good start today with that last touchdown drive.
Yeah, I appreciate you reminding me of that. Yeah, that's nice. No, yeah, that was nice to get the score, no question. So it was a good job by the offense. They got a couple fourth downs on as well. They did a real nice job, so that was good. Didn't have to take the 3.
Coach, on that 4th down, did Marcel just start calling a play? And had you guys talked about going for it or not yet?
Oh yeah, we talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was just shooting from the hip and going for it.
I hope not. No, he's doing fine. But it was a good call and it worked, and that's always a good call.
What have you seen so far from this defense?
Well, we haven't been out there so much yet. You know, we're obviously on the field right now, so I'm kind of watching. But we've been able to get off the field, which is a real key. The last few weeks, we've had a little bit of trouble in the passing game getting off the field. But again, every game's a new game, and Birmingham's awfully good, whether it's running the ball or passing. So we got our work cut out for us.
Fraction against the Stallions. Coach, one last question.
Okay.
When you talk about the difference in quarterbacks with Smith and/or Andrew Peasley coming in, how does your game plan shift with their different signal callers?
It doesn't change very much. They've been running the same offense for some time with the different quarterbacks. I think it's a great system, to be honest with you, and Skip runs it extremely well. So, you know, I think that's what he does. He just goes from one to the next, and that's why they've been so successful. They don't reinvent the wheel week to week. They do a lot of the same things. They tweak it a little bit from a formation standpoint, but otherwise, they do what they do, and they do it well. They've got some really good players.
Coach, well on your way to picking up that first win. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
That's a gentle reminder there. Not that big of a deal. 2nd down and long after the infraction. Smith's going to be bottled up, driven down the sack, all the way behind the 25-yard line. And here come the Panthers defensively. That's going to be a loss of 5 for T.J. Carter.
Breland Speaks and Ron Stone both coming off the edge. You see Big 57 there on the left side. Doesn't end up getting to Jamar Smith, but both these guys all over Smith. Great to have the former Defensive Player of the Year, Breland Speaks, back and healthy. Just hearing these guys talk about his impact on the morale and the physicality in practice. He's maniacal and relentless with his effort, and that rubs off to the rest of the team.
Toughness, relentless, maniacal, great words all describing the return of Breland Speaks just on the practice field. How about the fire that was hit there across the middle? Kate Johnson, a gain of 27 on 3rd and 26.
Well, Michigan's going to drop 8 here, so this is a great job by Jamar of navigating the pocket and waiting for something to come open. When you're going against drop 8, nothing's ever going to be there right away. There's too many guys. They plug up the windows, but if you buy time, the structure of drop 8 starts to break down, and Johnson does a great job of flashing right in front of Smith.
We'll go back to his start last week at St. Louis. First time he had been designated as that first-team quarterback in 2 years. Will fall down and into the sack with Ron Stone, rather, a loss of 5 more. Easiest sack he'll have in his career.
Yeah, he wants to throw the slant right here to Amari Rogers, who's back from injury, but it's all covered up by Noah Dawkins, and so it kind of gets off his timing. And when it's a quick game, if that ball's not out, the offensive line is expecting the ball to be out, and that they expect not you to scramble. So that one right there is more on Jamar Smith than it is anybody.
7-0 Michigan. 10 to go here in our 2nd quarter. They set up the screen beautifully. Needed the perimeter blocking. And Roundtree unable to secure that.
I got roughing the passer, number 94, unnecessary.
So, Beatus, you got roughing the passer?
Yes.
Against the Panthers, Taylor Stallworth.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 94. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
It's college ball at South Carolina, a costly penalty. The Panthers.
It's so hard as defensive lineman. You get so close to the quarterback, and with one step, you got to stop. That one, you got to not shove him to the ground, right? You can kind of run into him, hug him a little bit, keep him up. They won't call that.
All right, here we go.
You push the quarterback down right in front of the refs. They're going to throw that flag every time.
Skip Holtz looking on. Still 7-0. This Birmingham drive. This will be their first play in Michigan territory in this game.
Good play. Bubble, he's going to chase. He's going to chase.
We just have to secure ourselves a little bit more in the passing game.
Hey, read the head.
Whitehead Jr. tackle of Amari Rogers. The sound of the access we have in the UFL, tremendous as always.
You still got to hit me. You still got to hit me. Go to 20. I want ready.
Oh, I love it. You know how many times I regretted saying that to a defense?
Came back to bite you.
Yeah. You know, you feel a little confident. They push you. Oh, come on, you got to really hit me. And then they do. And you're like, well, probably shouldn't have asked for it.
Be careful what you're barking about out there. 2nd down and 10. Time for Smith. The comeback route incomplete. And it surprised Cade Johnson with DJ Miller in coverage. Miller had 2 picks in 1 game earlier this season here in the UFL.
Yeah, Kenny Willekes provides a little pressure in the face of Jamar Smith. So this ball is going to be inside. That ball needs to be thrown to the outside shoulder of Johnson there. Left that one inside because he had to get rid of it quicker than he wanted to. Thanks to Kenny Willekes getting some pressure on Smith.
First incomplete pass tossed by Jamar Smith today. So from Dunkin' Donuts, the field turf here in Birmingham, there's movement, and now a penalty marker comes out.
78.
False start, offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
It's Keaton Sutherland.
All right, here we go. We need 5 to get in field goal range here. Need 5 to get into field goal range. Here we go. What do you like?
Stallions, one of the top kickers. Harrison Mevis.
Here we go. Let's go Razor. Here we go. Razor. Let's go Florida. 37 jerk. Razor, Florida, 37
Florida,
jerk.
37 jerk. Come on, ready?
37.
3rd down and 15. 5 different quarterbacks for the Stallions this season. Bevy of injuries. Smith now healthy. Plenty of time. Safety valve route. And pubbling away towards the 40 is Roundtree. Whitehead shoved him out. 4-yard gain, and now it's 4.
Yeah, he was saying, Skip was saying there needed 5 for a field goal. So right on the edge of the range for Harrison Mevis.
So what do you want to do?
Let's punt it. Let's punt it. No. Punt it down there.
And there's the decision right there. Just on the edge of the reign of Mevis, who does have a 53-yarder this season.
He's got 60. He's got 60 plus in the bag. We saw him in Missouri hit a 62, 63-yarder as a game winner. I'm surprised they didn't give him a chance or go for it here, being just at the 41-yard line. Want to play the field position game and lean on this defense. It's been so good all year.
Ottman will punt it away. Xavier Malone. And fair catch at the 15. 7:05 to go in the half as we check in.
The shoulder pads are massive for everybody, even the quarterbacks. You got dinner plates sitting on either side of your shoulder. I don't know how they ever threw the ball.
Badge of honor. 1983. Very first USFL broadcast. Great find. Panthers get the football back in Etling. Man-to-man coverage out there on Devin Ross, and he sails that one high. Otherwise, that could have spelled trouble.
Yeah, Stephen Gilmore was all over that. Brother of Stephon Gilmore, longtime NFL corner. He's a ball hawk, so you got to be careful when you're throwing short in the direction of 22. Really should be leading the UFL interceptions if he had better hands. Not to put him on blast here, but he's had quite a few that he could have come down with. But he's a heck of a player out there on the right side for the Stallions.
A good start so far for Danny Etling. He's got the touchdown, 8 of 12 overall. His dad, Joe, watching. On the screen to Moore. Jalen Moore upended. Nearly got body slammed out of bounds by Kenny Robinson Jr. Gain of just 2, and now Marcel Belvin.
Okay. Give me 11 Ross.
11 Ross, 11 Ross.
Rex, Trey, Ripper, pin shallow. 11 Ross, stay out of the huddle.
Nate needs to get off.
Nate coming out. Rex, Trey, Ripper, pin shallow.
Rex, Trey, Ripper, pin
Big play on 3rd and 8, deep on Michigan's into the field. Ross in the backfield. They'll switch sides. The wide receiver is a running back on the wheel. Etling doesn't see him, and then now sends it in low to his tight end on the crosser. Gunnar Oaks, and the pass incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, little wrinkle from Michigan here, putting a wide receiver, Devin Ross, in the backfield. That's part of the chess game of today, right? The results won't change what happens in 2 weeks when these two teams meet for the conference championship in the first week of the playoffs. But if you can show a few things that cause the other defensive coordinator to, you know, spend a little more time prepping for stuff that you may or may not see, dropping little breadcrumbs, that is the game within the game here, setting up 2 weeks from now.
Our conversations with these two franchises were vastly different this week as well. It felt like Mike Nolan was going to play the card of we can show some things maybe that they won't see later, and then Skip Holtz, well, we're just putting it all out there. We're trying to win another game, and it kind of varied. The more that we talk to both staffs, it's an interesting concept, no matter which way you look at it. So we take a look at the Week 10 slate, final weekend of the regular season. This year's UFL Battlehawks Defenders, Friday night on Fox at 8 o'clock Eastern. Roughnecks and Panthers, ESPN at 3 Eastern on Saturday. And then 2 games on Sunday. Renegades, Brahmas, ABC at noon. Stallions, Showboats on Fox at 3 o'clock. And the regular season concludes after Week 10 comes to a close.
And part of setting up that game in 2 weeks for Skip is figuring out who his quarterback's going to be. Right, a lot of question marks about Matt Corral and Alex Magoo's health. We will see Andrew Peasley allegedly today as well, a really talented young quarterback. I think Skip's still trying to figure out who gives him the best chance in a couple weeks, depending on who's healthy.
Jamar Smith rifles one across the middle, and that's a first down to the 30.
And this is a rope from Jamar Smith. He's going to have his big target, Jordan Thomas, on a little dig route from the backside at 6'5", 280. That's a guy you can't miss, and he puts it right on the money. But to that conversation, Skip was kind of talking about the experience that Jamar brings versus the talent that Andrew Peasley has. Peasley's got the biggest ceiling, but right now, late in the season, does it pay more dividends to have the more experienced guy in Jamar Smith in there?
Smith 7 of 8 for 61 yards after the gain of 17, the inside give, and Sam Acho with Andrew Peasley on the sideline right now.
I'm down here with you. I saw some joy after that big play. What are you seeing out here?
Oh, man, it's going good so far. You know, we just got to be a little more consistent and take out the penalties, really. You know, just consistent football, and we'll get to it.
Awesome. So can we get the play call from you? I'm going to let you
Florida,
listen.
Even, Gemini turn. Lou, Florida, even, Gemini turn.
All right, so right here we got Lou, Florida, even, Gemini turn. So up top, we're going to have turn, so it's some pro routes. And then Gemini is a little basic with a little flat route. So he's going to read to the field first. He likes his yes, no, and he takes it just like that. I love it. Good job, Jamar. I made it, Jamar!
Is it really that easy?
I mean, if you call that easy, I guess, but we practice a lot. So, I mean, you know, he gets up to the line. That's really his yes, no read, and he takes it, and first down.
Here we go.
Next call. Let's do the next call.
Here we go. Let's go Ram. Let's go Seahawk, odd. Seahawk odd slant. Seahawk odd slant.
Ram. Here we go. Ram, Seahawk odd slant. So now this is just a true RPO. He's going to be looking for a guy, number 22 out there. If anyone could see, he's either going to hand the ball off or he's going to throw a slant here. Hands it off. Guy stayed out. Love it. Great read. So he's mad about it, but
why is he mad about it?
Probably because after the play, he's seen someone open where he could fit the ball in for an RPO. So well, we'll look at it on the iPad. Yeah.
Next call.
Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go, Richie. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go, Richie. Let's go, Richie. Indy odd. Let's go, Indy odd. Tide hammer. Richie. Indy odd. Tide hammer wheel.
So we got Richie, Indy odd, tide hammer wheel. This is kind of a run pass option again. He's going to be reading the D end, really. And then he's going to have some routes on the back. Yeah, he pulled it, taking the wheel. Just like that. I love it. That's a touchdown. I love it. Let's go, Jamar.
So it is that easy.
I guess, yeah, Jamar's he needs me doing this every time, I guess, because then he's going to throw tutties. So, whoa. What do we got going on?
It's third down.
The ruling of the incomplete pass. Kenai Lovely in coverage on Davion Davis. It looked to be a touchdown initially, ruled incomplete, and then Lovely raced away with the football after sitting down out of bounds.
Yeah, Lovely did a great job of getting that hand right in to Davion Davis' breadbasket right there as the ball arrived, and he continues to fight for it as they roll over here. It's a really good job by Kenai Lovely of never giving up on a play.
Now, certainly they're going to want to take a look at that sequence. And a bang-bang play in the back corner of the end zone. A brilliant toss as we check in Mike Pereira in the Verizon Command Center.
Yeah, we're just taking a look to make sure that he...
It's a touchdown.
Little material restriction there for Adonis Alexander.
Yeah, it's a little underthrown by design from Jamar Smith. He was a little late getting to it, had some pressure around him. Any underthrown ball for a DB that's in trail position is really tough to adjust to. Dion does a great job of fighting through the hands. I mean, it's really hard for Deon Cain to track that ball through the arms of Adonis Alexander, but a great throw. Right, don't try to be perfect with it. Just throw a jump ball in the end zone to your best player and allow him to go up and make you right.
Pacer, tie, hammer, corner.
Conversion attempt will be the 1-point try from the 2-yard line. And Deon Cain has been one of the most explosive players in the UFL this spring, bar none. Another touchdown. And Jamar Smith right up the gut, and there it is. And just like that, we're tied. All set up by the Birmingham defense, and then now the offense cashes in quickly.
Watch the pressure off each edge, closing in on Jamar Smith, and he's got tight coverage, so he just throws it up. He's like, hey, Deon's down there somewhere. He's going to make a play for me. And Deon Cain brings it down for the answer. Remember, we were questioning Birmingham not going for it on 4th and 1 or not kicking the field goal. They played the field position game. Defense stopped them. They got it back, and the touchdown drive paid it off. And then a really cool RPO quarterback draw design on the 1-point conversion. Jamar Smith playing some good football. I know we've said it a few times already, but it can't be said enough that he's living in Birmingham, managing a Dunkin' Donuts, had effectively retired, came in 2 weeks ago in the 4th quarter, led a game-winning drive, and last week played his first full game in 2 years, and he's looking like he hasn't skipped a beat.
You asked him the question, when was your last start before a week ago? He remembered it verbatim, April 14, 2023, and look what he's doing the following week here in the UFL. 9 of 11, 90 yards, and the touchdown. Ross up in near the 35, and Samacho with Jamar Smith on the sidelines.
So, Jay, we got a couple things we're looking at. We're looking at the touchdown, but we're talking about you working at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, man.
How did you get here from Dunkin' Donuts?
It was a process, man. Learning a different thing, getting into a new environment, trying to treat your customers, and just getting into, like I said, getting into a new environment was something that was different for me. Oh, we got a flag. I was on that scrap. Something different for me. Just got me into a different mindset to learn different things. So I'm just blessed to be here right now.
So now walk us through this play. We're seeing what you're seeing on the screen. And so walk us through it, draw on it, whatever you want to do as you're looking at the touchdown play.
2 sideline options with the middle field option. I told Deon that I'm going to alert him. You know, if it's one-on-one, I'm going to give him a shot. He got pressure, so I knew I had to just get the ball up and give him a chance to catch the ball. He did that, touchdown Stallions, man. That's how I go.
We're looking at you, and we're seeing you get hit. Do you feel that it hits those?
No, we work out for a reason, baby.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Sam, we appreciate you. Jamar Smith with the toughness on display, coming back his 3rd week of action, his 2nd start. And tumbling down is Toa. I.J. Sanders stopped him after a gain of 6. Now Michigan a couple of timeouts to work with. Approaching 90 seconds to go in the half. We're tied at 7 for Marcel Belfay.
Let's go.
Chance to go back to the drawing
trigger,
board.
Liz.
You got plenty of time. Don't have to feel like you got to throw the football. Give Toa a couple opportunities to move the sticks, force Birmingham to stack the box, and then open things up on the back end. Still got those timeouts in your pocket. Plenty of time to use the whole playbook.
How great is it? Jamar Smith working at Dunkin' Donuts, and Toa was working at a golf course about 6 weeks ago. Gets the call, come up the Ford Field. Mike Nolan cut him a couple of times back in the preseason. He said, you know what? That was my mistake.
Here we go. Hey, let's go. Fresno 1 rat. Fresno 1 rat.
Yes,
Fresno 1 rat.
Right, you got one quarterback retired, comes back, leading his team to the playoffs. Another guy sleeping on his brother's couch, working at a golf course. Now one of the best players for a playoff team as well.
Penalty marker comes in. Tawa plus territory. Now just 46 seconds remain. Gain of 3.
That's going to be Max Roberts again.
Offside, side defense number 44.
Offside, defense number 44. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
That's a guy they signed last week because of the injuries they've had at defensive end, and just a little too antsy to get a jump in the quarterback there.
So Prairie back in at running back. It'll be 1st down and 5. 45 seconds to go. Michigan 3 timeouts remaining. And in Birmingham territory, trying to regain the lead at the end of the half. McCrary goes out, Etling off the back foot, and the toss across the middle to Turner. And Malik Turner, we haven't seen him break out any of the touchdown sellies just yet. The pressure by Perry and Winfrey was hot and heavy.
Look at the courage of Danny Etling to stare down the barrel with Perry on Winfrey coming scot-free through the A-gap. That's a big man running at you as a quarterback.
What is that like? I mean, you've been there.
Look, you're not looking at him. It's in your peripheral. You just see a big blur right in front of you, and you're like, I just got to get rid of this man. And you know you're going to get hit. Great courage there from Danny Etling to get that one out of his hands. Going to mix up with the protection in front of him.
Panthers call one of their 3 remaining timeouts. 2 left.
Excellent snare pitch.
38 seconds to go, and we've seen Etling in the play-action game be absolutely lethal on this end of the field. A touchdown earlier.
Yeah, this is where, if you're Danny Etling, the experience and situational awareness comes in. Right, a field goal would be great here, and you're right on the edge of field goal range. So don't force anything. Take what the defense gives you. A touchdown would be awesome, but a field goal would be great before half. You can manage the last 38 seconds here.
Sounding like a coach and not a former quarterback all of a sudden. Perry motions out on 2nd down. Etling double coverage. A lot of contact. 3 men are down. Cole Hicatini, the intended receiver. And 2 Stallion defenders remain on the turf in A.J. Thomas and Cheyenne Carter.
Yeah, watch the helmet of Danny Etling looking to the right. He's going to come back left really late, so he doesn't see that backside safety kind of in a robber position, reading his eyes, and almost that interception that I said you got to be really careful with here. In field goal range, didn't need to force it late over the middle. And that collision, a couple guys down on the field.
Now, Thomas played his college ball at Western Michigan. Carter from Alabama, just up the road in T-Town. And Cheyenne Carter, 27-year-old, to his feet quickly. A friendly fire there on the back end of that pass intended for Hicatini.
Okay. We're going to be right tray, H sling, Liz zone.
3rd down and 1. The Stallions 41.
The run's going to come right here. Let's see if the offensive line can get push.
Prairie, the running back, will get the handoff. Plunge ahead for the 1st down. A 2-yard pickup on 3rd and 1 down to the 39-yard line. Here comes Michigan. The Panthers have never defeated Birmingham. 0-5 all-time under Mike Nolan. He did not like us reminding him of that fact in our in-game interview about half an hour ago. And one of the reasons why, you go back just to a season ago in Week 10, these same 2 teams, and well, you know what, Birmingham finds a way to pick up the victory right over the goal line, and a late field goal by the Panthers is wide right.
Yeah, and then in the conference championship game, and this is the demons that Danny Etling needs to exorcise right now, because they were up 18-6 in this game. 3 interceptions, a turnover later, and Birmingham gets right back in. That's a game that Michigan felt they could have and should have won, but they beat themselves. You see the final score there, 31-18. That was the best opportunity Michigan's had to take down the Stallions. Shot themselves in the foot.
Deja vu all over again between these two after last season. Except the final meeting of the regular season comes 1 week sooner. On 1st down, Etling dumps it down. McCrary dropped it. He had it. And he heard the footsteps. 2nd and 10.
And a huge drop, right? Great decision just to check the ball down with nobody underneath. And this is at least 5 yards if McCrary comes down with this. And sitting at the 41-yard line, those are 5 valuable yards when you're thinking about getting a field goal here before half.
Well, B.T. Potter, the kicker for the Panthers, does have range. Go back to his time at Clemson, the all-time leading scorer.
What's the timeout?
And has a 56-yarder on his resume this year at Arlington.
We got to do a quick evaluation.
Right on the edge of that range right now, and Danny Etling knows it. Here's Potter. Has a unique way of handling the kickoffs this year. The ball is oriented on its side. Try to land it into the landing zone.
Yeah, and that 52-yard long, he's probably got at least a few yards longer than that, right? But 52 yards would mean you need to get to the 35-yard line. So they probably still would attempt one here from the 39, but you love to get 3 or 4 more yards, get into that 51, 52-yard range. Give Potter a legitimate chance here to take the lead at half.
Medical timeout as A.J. Thomas had to be helped off the field. He was involved in that collision just moments ago. Pass intended for Hicatini. 2nd and 10, 25 seconds remaining. Tie ball game in Birmingham. Time for Etling. Delivers a strike. Samson Nakua, second grab. And a shoestring tackle there at the 35 by Neville Clark. 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, there's that 3 or 4 yards you needed. Now you're right at BT Potter's range. It's a well-executed 2-minute drive there by a veteran backup quarterback in Danny Etling.
Yeah, new father. We talked to his dad, Joe, in the stands moments ago, but Danny very comfortable in his skin as the former 7th-round draft pick of the Patriots. Stand out at LSU before starting his career at Purdue, and now it's BT Potter time. Eight of 12 this season, that long of 56. Coming at Arlington in a 1-point win just 2 weeks ago. 53-yard effort officially today. And the breeze is a bit of a factor, too. That wind has been swirling around. It's been shoving more in his favor the last quarter or so.
The 25-second clock was way down.
And you see it on the concourse level. That will assist BT Potter. Not that he needs any added leg strength. You look down on the field and the flags on the goalposts, a bit more stagnant, if you will.
Oh, what about the juju of us mentioning the name of Scott Norwood earlier? Does that come into play here?
It absolutely does.
You know, the broadcaster curse is very famous.
Super Bowl 25. The Bills win the championship and he connects from 47. All started in the USFL. From the left hash, from 53 for BT Potter. The top kickers in the history of the ACC. A flag flies, and Potter
got a false start, number 72.
That one wide left.
Go back to 7.
Hold on.
This is a massive penalty if it is indeed a false start on Michigan.
K-ball coming in.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Kiava DeZino here on the True Vision cam. He's going to see it. Watch top of your screen right there. 72 is going to flinch just a little bit as the Stallions shift. And that's designed. They want to shift just to try to get those guys to flinch. And it worked.
That was right in your kitchen with the pointing.
I love it.
I love it, too. The access is unparalleled.
That camera is literally mounted to the shoulder pads of Tizino.
Well, technology is amazing.
Iron Man style, right?
Oh, yeah. So now it's 4th and 11, and Potter did hook that last kick wide left, an attempt from 58, which would be his new career long. And again from the left hash, and not an enormous factor, hammers it, and BT Potter unable to connect, and again wide left.
Wow. Just a brutal penalty. Had the leg there, but anytime you're towards the tail end or the max of your range, you're going to try to kick it harder. But a lot of times that's what happened. It comes out lower and hooks a little bit.
You see the rotation on the pigskin there. He hit it cleanly. Just wide left, back-to-back attempts there, Jordan.
Yeah.
It's a long ways to kick a football. Comes to a close. We are knotted up at 7 apiece. The Stallions and the Panthers. Defensive slugfest. And Sam Acho with Skip Holtz, head coach of the Stallions. Sam?
Coach, a 7-7 game. What's going to be the message in the locker room?